Welcome to another edition of On the Flats. I'm your host, Ibatul Twanadalaja, and today our guest is from the Georgia Tech volleyball team, Lauren Frerking. Lauren is a graduating senior who's majoring in business administration.
Whenever I watched volleyball and I watched kind of our high school team play, it just looked so powerful and so fast-paced and just so much fun that I knew I had to try it. I started playing volleyball then for the school, and then I didn't start playing club volleyball until after my sophomore year of high school, which was actually like really late compared to a lot of other volleyball players at this level, because up until that point basketball was my main sport and I played that competitively. From then on, when Georgia Tech was kind of interested in me, that seemed like my best option, and it fit everything I wanted at a school. It's a high D1 school and a great conference. You can't get much better academic-wise in it, and it's right up the road from where I live. Because all my siblings were college athletes too, and my little brother still is, and both my parents were as well. And so watching kind of my two older siblings go through it and the way they handled things, and you know, I of course looked up to them so much, I still do. That inspired me, and I wanted to do things the way they did. Over the past 2 years of my career, when Baker Mayfield was a big story in football and everything, that really inspired me. Just his story of coming in as a walk-on and, you know, ending up winning the Heisman Trophy, being a big-time draft pick, being very successful in the NFL now, that inspired me because that's kind of my same story. I came in as a walk-on. With volleyball, I think the athletics here at Tech does a really good job at providing you all the help you need. If you need a tutor for a class, they'll get you a tutor. If you need study hall, they'll give you study hall and make it mandatory, so it kind of forces you to have to study for a specific part of your day every day. You have to be very disciplined to be able to do both at Tech and be able to do both well. And I mean, all the coaches and all the staff, they know that. They know the reputation Tech has, and they know that it doesn't make exceptions for student athletes. I love people, and I love dealing with people and investing in people, and just being able to pour into people. And I think that's one thing I really liked about being the only senior on the team this year is I got a chance to really invest in all the younger girls. My parents, as we've gotten older, have kind of transitioned from being my parents to being, you know, my friends. All my siblings were all about 2 years apart in age, so there's 4 of us and we're all really close. I've always loved music, you know, going to concerts and listening to live music and all that stuff. So I love music, I love being outdoors. I love anything with people, my family, my friends, hanging out with them. I'm marketing, and so there's a lot of different directions I can go in with that. You know, the good news is I feel like I could do a lot of different things and be happy in any of them. I want them to be able to look back and remember me more as a person and a teammate than a player. I would love for them to be able to learn anything from me that I wish I would have learned and be able to now apply it to their career, and when they're a junior and senior, be able to look back and be like, wow, she really helped me back then and I didn't even know it until now. I hope people can, you know, look back and use me as kind of an example in talking to their team about just, you know, how it doesn't matter how you come in or your title or your position or scholarship or no scholarship. It doesn't make a difference in your work ethic, and that's what's going to take you to whatever level you want to be.
Thank you for sharing with us today, Lauren. You can look forward to seeing the Georgia Tech volleyball team again in the fall. My name is Ibatul Twanadalaja, and this has been On the Flats.